Hello, red and blue here. This is blue. Say hi, blue. I'm gonna read this one today. This is the new one. Sometimes I read from the new ones, sometimes I read from the old ones. So, as I said before, I had like 2,000 books, um, especially in probably over 2,000 books in the big house. I had a library. And then the den in the little house in the 1,600 square foot house was kind of like the library, but I had like about 50. I got rid of some. Um, I had to downsize some to go to, thankfully. To go to the smaller house from the 3,400 square foot house to the 1,600 square foot house. And I had 1,500 books, and I don't know how many devotionals I had, but I had a lot more. It's funny because the things that I gravitate towards, like the stuffed animals, I got rid of a lot of them because I had 200 stuffed animals. Then I started buying more, so I had probably, of those 2,000 books, probably at least, you know, a lot of them were Christian books. A lot of them were my children's books when they were little, and I gave some of them, I returned some of them back to my oldest daughter. Just the ones that I read to them over and over again when they were little, and the Dr. Seuss books, and I didn't have the heart to get rid of them, but I donated a ton to the Friends of the Library. But I probably, I guess I would estimate I probably had at least 50, maybe even 100 devotionals. I had a bunch of different ones. Some of them are online, like My Utmost for His Highest is online, but I had to keep this one that was from my mom, because that was from my mom. And that one's online. There's one called God Calling, which is similar to the Jesus Calling. The Jesus Calling is actually was after that. God Calling was first. The people who love Jesus Calling should look into God Calling, because that was the original one, from the 1930s, I think, and women that were helping people during World War II, I think. It's really interesting, and that's one that was from my mom also, but it's online. It's the Two Listeners, that one. I might read from that one day, but I'd have to read from it online because I don't have a copy of that because I donated it. The copy I had was falling apart and was my own copy, but I gave that to Goodwill or Friends of the Library. It was too destroyed, honestly, to give to Friends of the Library. I probably gave it to Goodwill. But anyways, today I'm going to read from this one. It's just Between Us, God, 90 Devotions for Women. And I don't know if it's different authors or one author because it doesn't say the author. It's from the Choice Books at Walmart. You can probably still find this at Walmart right now. Certain as the dawn. Come, let us return to the Lord. Yes, let us know, recognize, be acquainted with, and understand Him. Let us be zealous to know the Lord, to appreciate, give heed to, and cherish Him. His goings forth is prepared and certain as the dawn, and He will come to us as the heavy rain, as the latter rain, and the waters that waters the earth. Hosea 6, 1 and verse 3, and that's from the Amplified. Each and every day, Blue is whining. Each and every day, return to me. Read my word to understand me. Recognize when my hand is shaping and molding your life. Look for me in unexpected places, in the flowers that bloom, the snow that falls, the river that winds, and the breeze that caresses your cheek. Seek me in the eye of a child, the kiss of a loved one, the whining of the dog. No. Blue, you're interrupting me. Now stop it. Blue, can you sit still and listen? This is what it was like homeschooling my children, you guys. Uh, See me in the eye of a child, the kiss of a loved one, the scent on the air, the sun on your face, the flight of a bird, the joy in your heart. I am in and all around you, keeping you safe, whispering in your ear, shielding you from danger, leading you through the labyrinth of life. You will find no better guide or teacher than me and my word. Learn us, know us, appreciate and cherish us, for we are one and the same. We are unstoppable, like the streams that change the face of the earth over time. I am the living water that is helping you to carve out a godly life for you and the children after you. As one who never changes, I will always come to you, certain as the dawn. I love that. Because that's what I realized, and that's why I came back to him, is that he was with me the whole time. Something that y'all don't know about me is that I really, it's why my mom, I was really studied in the Bible. I know the Bible very well. And that's why my mom said that I should be a pastor. And I would debate with Catholics on the doctrine of eternal security. And this is why I was Baptist too. I didn't believe you could lose your salvation. I didn't believe you could. And so, and it's interesting, my journey of my 2 years away from God, I did think in the back of my mind, I was like, well, old me would be like, you can't lose your salvation, like he's still with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. I mean, even though you're saying you're not, he's still there with you. And, it would always come to my mind. I mean, I brainwashed myself, it was there in me because, I have memorized Bible verses and all of that. So anyways, one time this lady came, and I had, when I was selling the stuff in my house, because that took me so long, because I had a lot of stuff, and I made over $3,000. I think I made $3,700, something like that. I added it up, and I had these little plaques with scripture on them. So this Christian lady came and talked to me, and in the course of our conversation, she sold like Christian. She was a Christian, and she had a business, and she sold jewelry and whatever. And she would say this and that and the other, and I would say, yeah, I used to believe that or something, and it bothered her, that I said that I said I used to. And so she was trying to witness to me, but and she bought, I think she bought my like lion bookends. She bought I had a metal sign with a scripture on it. I think it was faith over fear or something like that. I don't know. But in the course of our conversation, at the end of our conversation, I said, well, old me would think new me is okay because I don't believe you can lose your salvation. And she was like, well, that's not true. And so here this woman is trying to get me back to God, and yet she's telling me I'm going to die and go to hell. And I'm like, are you serious? After 30 years of living for him and working in the church and raising my children for him and homeschooling them and all of that, I was faithful to my husband, for this is one of the reasons why another reason why I was upset with God is like, I had only been with my husband for 50 years, and then I go on my first date, and I was just tricked into going to his house, and I wasn't supposed to. And he understood that we were watching a movie, and I wasn't gonna, because I talked to him, but he basically date raped me. And so I was kind of mad about that. And then the thing happened with Mohammed and the green card guy, and I'm just like, I've had it. So anyways, all that happened, and so like those were the three men I had slept with in my life. and in 2018, date rape doesn't count, but that was the second man I had been with, was when I was date raped. and then Muhammad, and he turned out to be fake. And I'm just like, are you for real, God? God, this is not fair. And yet this woman is here that didn't draw me to God telling me I was um going to hell, and I didn't buy it anyways. And I honestly, this is a very personal thing, and I know it's controversial, but I no longer believe in hell. I no longer believe in hell. So, but it's a personal decision. It's very, it's through a lot of thought and study, and there's a book. I haven't even read the book yet, but I heard her give an interview on God is Great. But anyways, it's a personal decision. No, I don't want to debate you about it. But that is my belief now, and I feel like this was almost like a testing for me when I walked away from God. I was like, okay, do I really believe this? That I can't, and I was miserable, you know. I did the Rampage, and that only lasted like a month, really. But at that point, when I was 50, what was I? I was celibate for 4 years after my divorce. After my separation, when the day raid happened in 2017. In 2018, the thing with Muhammad, I was celibate another year after the date rape, and then the thing with Muhammad happened. And then I was celibate another year, so till 2019. And that's when I walked away from God, and the Rampage happened. But it was horrible. I don't even like that. But anyways, this is getting too long, and I'm gonna stop. I'm getting into, but anyways, he was with me. It kind of went with the devotion today. He was with me, and I still would be reminded of that. So many things happened, and I knew he was with me, protecting me, and because I was scared to death being out there traveling on my own, in my RV. I was scared, but he was with me the whole time. So that's my story, y'all. Love you. Bye.